I don't care about that. Welcome back, everyone. My name's Danell Leyva. Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I've been thinking a lot recently, these past few days, about the name of the podcast because I got a few people telling me that they didn't like the name, and I'm sticking with it. And here's why. It's a few different reasons. Okay. The main reason, first of all, my best friend in the world, my roommate, is eating so loud. The main reason why I'm keeping the name is because my best friend in the world, she's from the UK. Her name is Alice. She is the one who helped me come up with the name. And it's a cool name. I think it's a cool name because Out of Bounds kind of ties in to everything that I'm really going to be talking about because it is sports related, not just gymnastics related. It's sports related, but also it's out of the boundaries of just gymnastics because that's what this podcast is ultimately going to become. It will expand into other things, and yeah. So I'm sticking with the name because I think it's a nice one. That being said, welcome back to Out of Bounds with Danell Leyva. I've been working on a logo. I've been trying to come up with some music, and you know what? I'm pretty excited about this. I'm pretty excited about this podcast because by the way, I have literally talked about absolutely nothing yet. Nothing has happened yet. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about today. I'm kidding. I do. Okay, today I want to talk about what is that noise? Sorry, I actually kind of want to bring up the quarantine because everybody is in it, and recently they just kind of Kiki, just you know what, just the most perfect. By the way, you like the guitar? It's not mine. I can't play. I don't know how to play. I wanted to talk about the quarantine because we are literally in the quarantine right now. And recently the news came out about the Olympics being postponed. I think that's a really big deal. I was really hoping that they would because honestly, there's a lot of athletes in a lot of different sports that would have been very, very affected by the lack of training because as a gymnast myself, as a retired gymnast, old man, God, this is really not going well today. Oh, goodness. Thinking about it, with the perspective of an athlete, I think that imagine having to stay at home and train for the Olympics for, beam. Where are you going to do that? Where are you going to find an uneven bars in your one-bedroom apartment if that's where you probably don't live in a one-bedroom apartment. Maybe you do. Maybe you are a fencer and you live in a one-bedroom apartment. Or a weightlifter. There's so many things you can carry. You can carry a couch, but that won't be very easy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. Kiki, if you don't back up. What? Anyways, back on track. The quarantine, athletes. Excuse me. I am recording. Stop it. No. Stop. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. I'm busy. No, but anyways, not only as an Olympic athlete or an Olympic hopeful trying to go to the Olympics, I think it's really tough on athletes and gymnasts right now at the moment. You know what I mean? And for all of you guys, all you gymnasts that are at home not really knowing what you can do, you're allowed to not do anything for a few days if you don't want to. It is a really stressful time. I mean, me, today, I was supposed to record this podcast way earlier today, and it's pretty late. And it means that I'm going to have to be editing way later, but I really don't care. I kind of needed the day. I just felt kind of off today, so I just wanted to give myself some time. And I feel like as a gymnast especially, it's really stressful. And I think that you guys should definitely take some time and play some video games, draw, or literally do nothing. Watch TV all day. Do your online classes if you have online classes. Don't worry about it. And then if you want, do some push-ups, do some handstands on the wall, go outside for a jog, V-ups, I don't know, whatever you want. If you guys are still working out a bunch, awesome. Send me the videos. Tag me in your videos on Instagram and on Twitter. The link is, I don't know, there? I don't know, whatever. But I think it's great. Here we go. Hitting the mic again. Okay, Jesus Christ. But you know what? I can only imagine, putting myself in that situation, putting myself in those athletes' shoes, I would have a total mental breakdown. Absolutely total mental breakdown. Because like I was the kind of person that when I was training, I was told that I had to do a lot of repetitions. Later on in my career, I realized that that was not very true. What I needed was a lot of rest and just a lot of confidence, because that's just the kind of person that I was. I mean, I think that, no, go, you stay there. Do a little ASMR for you guys. I don't know. If I was a gymnast, if I was still competing at this point and this quarantine happened, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done with myself, honestly. I probably would have retired. Right there, I would have been like, nope, I'm done. Can't take it. I'm out. So you guys out there that are still training, that are still doing all your stuff, honestly, great job. I was trying not to do it so loud because of the mic, and then it hurt my ears. But, whatever. I think it's great. I think you guys should, I don't know what I'm talking about. Here's the thing about the Olympics for me. Competing was really fun. Competing was great. The best part about the Olympics for me was honestly the experience of being at the village. I think that being at the village, like that experience in itself was the Olympics for me. Like the competing aspect of it, I think that was very similar to any other big competition that I had in my entire career. Like different World Cups that I had, World Championships that I had, the Olympics. They all kind of bleed into each other as far as like the actual competition and stuff like that. There are specific moments that I remember when I'm like actually flipping around in my head. But more than anything, the thing that really stands out to me is the experience of being in the village. You know what I mean? And for me, I thought it was amazing because, like I didn't go to college out of state. I stayed at home, like in like the homegrown gym. I also didn't go to an Olympic training center, which means that I didn't have the day-to-day of interacting with all these different sports, all these different athletes. But when I went to the Olympics and I was at the village and like everybody there, we all had the same like common denominator that we all understood. We were all there with the same struggle. We were all there with the same intention, but at the same time, it was just amazing to be there. It was just such a cool like environment. Like everybody was so nice and so happy and so supportive. And it was, for me, that's really the essence of the Olympics for me. And I think that, I mean, I could be wrong. That might be what a lot of these people actually strive for. They chase that feeling, the feeling of being at the village with all those people, and then just like the environment and the energy of being there surrounded by all these people. It's so beautiful. Honestly, it's so cool. There are very few moments, what was that? There are very few moments in my life that I ever felt that. Very, very few, obviously. But I think it's really interesting because it's like, it was so impactful. I cherish it. I cherish those memories so much because of the fact that it happened and it was so unexpected and it was so beautiful, and actually I met like some amazing people that are still my friends. Hopefully I can actually get some of them on the podcast. I know one of them definitely is going to be on the podcast. She is an incredible water polo. Wow. Can't speak. Can't say words today at all. She's an incredible water... What is going on? She's a great water polo player. There we go. Like, she's a legend. Her name is Cammie Craig, and she'll be here at some point. One of these episodes. But yeah, she and I are still like really close. We text often. We actually go and do this workout. We're part of this like really cool group that's called MVP. It's like merging vets and players, and that's another podcast thing that I want to talk about when she's here. Actually, when she comes and when she's on the episode, that's probably what we'll talk about. But anyways, let's talk about. I touched on a lot of different aspects of my career in the last podcast, so I want to talk a little bit about that. It's pretty heavy, so here we go. Where to start? Where to start? So I think a lot of you guys remember my whole experience and my whole interaction with my ex-stepdad being always very loving, being always very like on the same team. We're a great partnership. We love each other. Woohoo! We're the best. You're the best. But factually, that's not really how it went. Behind closed doors, it was vastly different. And honestly, I'm not saying this like just about me, just about like the experience that I had myself with him, but actually a lot of my teammates that I like grew up with, the people that were in the gym with me, we did not have a really great experience. And for me specifically, there was a few moments where, especially towards the end of my career, were just not very great. It just wasn't a nice experience at all. I actually, I'm like fidgety and everything because it's still kind of, it brings up obviously it's bringing up some bad memories in a way, and it's bringing up some not so fun times. One of the two situations that happened was a little bit before the whole issue that happened with like the dog bite. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but right before national championships in 2016, 4 weeks before the national championships, I had an incident with a dog that I had, and that's a plane going outside. Gonna wait on that for just a sec. There we go. So 4 weeks before national championships, I had an incident with my dog. We had two dogs, and they started fighting, and then I went there to try and like help separate them because my mom was actually there, and I was really scared that he was gonna turn and like potentially bite her. So I went in and tried to help and separate them, and he bit my leg twice. Anyways, that's not the story I want to tell today. Today, the story I want to tell is about 1 week before that happened, rather two. There was our very last national team camp that we had right before the whole process of, making the Olympic team. I remember that I was leaving on like a Wednesday. I was at Julie's house, and we were there, and I was like getting ready because she was going to take me to the airport, and she, she stopped me, and she said, "Listen, I'm sorry, but I got to tell you something." And I mean, I already have anxiety, so that is just, you guys know. If you have anxiety, when you hear, "Hey, I got to tell you something," you're like, "Ugh." So she says that to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? What happened? Everything all cool?" And she goes, "Listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but I was talking to one of the other coaches in the gym, and she said that your stepdad told her that you're not going to make the Olympic team. He said that you don't have what it takes to make the Olympic team." He said that to me. Well, not to me, but he said that about me, sorry. What else was I supposed to do with that information other than literally just start bawling my eyes out on the bathroom floor? You know what I mean? What else was I going to do? Like, not only was it my coach that was literally saying that he didn't believe in me enough to think that I was going to make the Olympic team, but it was also my father figure. That felt great. That was one of the two incidents. The other one wasn't honestly as bad. It was still kind of, kind of shitty. We were at an old teammate's opening for a pizza restaurant that he had. He was just opening it, and I was literally 6 feet away from him, but he was turned away, and so I guess he didn't really realize that I was there. We always had a lot of international athletes that came to the gym and trained with us. This particular athlete didn't have the opportunity or the chance to make it to the Olympic team at this point, and it was in 2016. This was only like a few weeks before this other incident that I just mentioned happened. But we were there at the pizza deli restaurant, and we were just chilling. I was talking to a friend of mine, and then I heard him speaking to a group of people, and as he put his arm around one of the international athletes, and he looked at it, and he was like introducing him to the family. He was like, "Look, guys, I want to introduce you to my next Olympic medalist." It was 2016. This person had no chance whatsoever of competing in the 2016 Olympics, which means he was already thinking about the very next Olympics, and I was right behind him. I was the athlete that was like on course to actually competing at the Olympics, or potentially competing at the Olympics. But in his mind, obviously, he didn't think that I was going to make it. But by the way, as soon as I was finished competing at the Olympics, I knew, my boy. So that was one of the things. I'll probably talk more about it. Probably talk more about my experiences with him and more about my whole gymnastics career. But I think that's enough for today. So, in closing, if you're a gymnast and you're in quarantine, everything's going to turn out fine. It's probably going to be longer than we anticipate. So take your time. Trust yourself. Call your coaches if you want. See if they want you to do anything specific. Make sure your mental health is good. I want to thank all of the medical employees, all of the essential workers, like all of these people who are still out there working, still out there providing for us, the ones who are complaining about having to stay at home and be bored. Thank you guys so much. You guys are really the true heroes. We appreciate you a lot, and I appreciate you a lot. I hope this podcast can really help serve you guys for anything. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy me talking about nothing sometimes. Please keep tuning in. The next episode will be out on Friday. I'll probably put it out on Twitter to see what, give me suggestions. You want me to talk about something specific? Let me know, and I'll talk about it. I'll at least touch on it anyways. I do have a lot of subscribers all of a sudden. I had 2 subscribers when I started, and now I have 90. Oh my God. Fully hit it this time. I have 90 subscribers. Woohoo! So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and do the notification bell. Right? I don't know. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you on Friday.